Hey. Why are you laughing?
No, this is like my first superstar interview.
Oh, yeah, very funny.
All right, so why are you doing this album? Why are you doing this song? What does it mean to you?
Well, how did I even get to do this song? I met Musa, the original author of the poetry in the song, in KZN. It was November 2016, and my whole family was invited by the KZN premiere because apparently my grandfather, whom I never met, was a struggle hero, and they named a whole street after him, and so they were commemorating him. So I met Nkosi there, and he was doing some poetry, and I was completely blown away. So I wanted to feature him in a song, and then I thought, geez, actually, it would be great to feature him in Nkosi Sikelel, you know. So I did. Yeah, so he came over to Joburg, we recorded in my studio, and yeah, and then the song just grew. It just grew, and at first I was a bit scared because I thought people would think, yeah, it's too Zulu-ish, you know? And then I realized that actually there are different interpretations, and depending on the message that you're trying to send out. And I really wanted to, the song is speaking to kids, especially kids who are poor, kids who come from an environment where they are not really proud of who they are. They are not encouraged to embrace their blackness, you know. They have to try and look white to be beautiful. So I'm against that entire movement. I think that you should embrace yourself and you should love yourself. And I felt that his poetry and the song could be the prayer for that, you know, just to save our land from war, save our land from injustices, from prejudices. And yeah, so yeah, that's why I did the song.
Okay, now this song is part of an album in itself. I mean,
Yes.
it's not the only song.
Yes.
I understand. So, what is the entire album about, and why this song as a chosen music video
Okay.
for the album?
That's a good question. Okay. Well, the album is called Unoiwawa, actually, and Unoiwawa is a historical figure, a historical superhero figure, so to say. She was the child of Unomkhubulwane. Unomkhubulwane was the goddess of rain, fertility, and nature. So what happens in the story of Unoiwawa is that she basically rescues an entire village from being crushed by a natural disaster. So the song basically, the song Unoiwawa is also in the album, and it talks about Unoiwawa's story. What I actually wanted to do was to have an entire movie based on Unoiwawa because she's a giant actually. She's a giant, she's a black female giant, and she's like a 13-year-old girl who's a superhero, and she uses her special powers to save people, you see. Also because, there aren't any black cartoon hero movies out there. So when I wrote the song, I wrote it wanting to create a movie that has a black superhero.
Okay, so now the entire album then basically is it poetically storytelling driven, or do you have some songs in there that are deal more with emotional issues and social issues? What
Okay.
is this storytelling driven, epic storytelling driven, or is it a bit of both?
It's I would say for me, I don't know how it would be for other people, but for me, this album has really been very positive. All the songs in there, you'll notice, all the songs in the album are they kind of promote positivity. There's not a single sad song in there, actually. because I wanted an album that was going to inspire me. I wanted an album that I could listen to over and over again after the 100th time and I feel better. And that's why I created the album, because I needed to heal in many places, within me. And I'm hoping that it'll do that for other people.
Okay, and what do you expect the audience to get out from it? What sort of message or emotional feeling or whatever it is, what do you want your audience to get out of this particular album?
Okay. How I would want them to get, what I would want them to get out of the album is just to, to be honest with you, I actually really didn't even think about what I wanted people to feel after listening to the album, or how I want them to react. But what I would like to see is if people hear the album, they listen to the lyrics. 'Cause I know usually when you listen to an album, the last thing you actually pay attention to is the lyrics. Mostly it's the melody and it's the instruments and the beat and then you decide whether you like it or not before you actually pay attention to the lyrics. So I would actually like people to just listen to the lyrics carefully, and just to get the message that each song is trying to bring across.
Okay. Is there anything else concerning this whole song and album that you'd like to share out there?
No.
It
is what it is. It's an album. I don't talk. You see, I'm not a talker.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. I like to just do.
Okay.
And if you get what I do, then you do. If you don't, then maybe one day you will.
All right.
Yeah.
Nah, that's good. See, now with this stuff,